This morning, it's your news now.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. It is Friday, January 2nd, 2015, the first Friday of the year. I'm Chad Douglas. On the show this morning, we're going to review some notable deaths from 2014, get a deeper look into what's going on with the Asia Air Flight 8501 tragedy, and share tips on how you can overcome the winter blues. But first, Tegan Orpett back with us this morning after you somehow weaseled one more day of vacation than I got. And I'm not sure how you did it, but welcome back.
Hey, Chad, I just asked for it off.
Man, it sounds so simple, doesn't it?
It does, yes. I did manage to weasel in one more day, but Happy New Year to everyone. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. We are now gearing up for the first winter storm of 2015, and it's really hard to say considering tomorrow is just the 3rd, and we are talking about some winter weather here in the Tri-States. And currently, though, it is clear at the moment as far as moisture goes. We're still dealing with mostly cloudy skies, but nothing here just yet. That is literally all going to change here in the next 24 hours as we're going to see a chance for a wintry mix, some rain, and then that changing over to a little light snow. Currently, though, 27 degrees. Our dew point right at 20. We're looking at humidity right at 75%. Winds out the west, southwest at 15 miles an hour. I will let you know here in just a couple of minutes on how this storm is shaping up so far and exactly how much snow is likely here for the Tri-States.
All right, on to the news now, just about 5:02. New York's iconic former governor Mario Cuomo has died at the age of 82. Cuomo had been hospitalized recently to treat a heart condition. He served 3 terms as governor of New York from 1983 to 95. His son Andrew is the current governor of New York and was just sworn in his 2nd term yesterday. Cuomo is also survived by his wife and 3 other children. Mario Cuomo was born in Queens, the son of Italian immigrants who ran a grocery store during the Great Depression. He rose to national prominence with a speech criticizing Ronald Reagan at the 1984 Democratic Convention. Bad weather is again hampering efforts to find victims and the wreckage from AirAsia's crash site. Even though some bodies and debris have now been recovered in the Java Sea, they still don't know exactly where the plane is. And as Joe Johns shows us, once the wreckage is found, the real work begins.
How do you pull a plane up from the bottom of the ocean?
What you want to do first is to really map the entire accident scene.
We spoke with Peter Goals, a former investigator with NTSB who worked on the recovery and rebuilding of TWA Flight 800 that crashed after takeoff from New York City.
You document everything until you really get the information off the data recorder and the voice recorder.
He says the site needs to be treated like a crime scene, and mapping the debris field before removing objects could be key to finding out what happened. Then comes the process of pulling up the giant pieces of debris from the bottom of the sea.
You would have a number of lifting cranes, and you would have teams of divers. And the divers, of course, even working at 100-foot depth, you'll have to have decompression chambers.
A potentially slow process because divers can only remain at depth for short periods due to health concerns. But does Indonesia have the know-how to carry off a recovery effort like this? There are still questions about the location of all the debris.
Seems like a fairly small body of water, but when you're out there, it's huge.
David Gallo with Woods Hole Oceanographic.
Usually, you're extremely careful not to say that you found something until you ground truth it.
Woods Hole participated in the recovery effort in the crash of Air France Flight 447 off Brazil's northeastern coast, whose black boxes took almost 2 years to recover, footnoting what a painstaking process this can be. Joe Johns, CNN, Washington.
Now, search teams are still slowly recovering the bodies of the 162 people who were killed when AirAsia Flight 8501 went down Sunday in the Java Sea. 7 bodies were found today, bringing the total number of victims retrieved now from the water to 16. Indonesia's search and rescue agency says the focus of the search will be underwater detection, and more sonar equipment and metal detectors are being brought in. Well, with the tri-state area experiencing cold temperatures here in the next few days, here's a reminder to make sure you keep an eye out on your plants, animals, and elderly friends and loved ones. Nurses at CareLink in Quincy say the elderly can easily walk outside and forget to wear proper clothing. Nurse coordinator Taylor Becker believes regular checkups throughout the day are necessary.
Make sure that they have adequate hydration, make sure they're getting adequate meals and that they're taking their medications, and most of all, that they are thriving.
retailer also suggests moving your elderly relatives in or hire a nurse to look after them during the winter season. Many people celebrate the new year by watching fireworks or counting down the clock until it hits zero. Well, residents in Jacksonville, Illinois choose to celebrate a different way as a community. Dan Kindred owns Don's Place in Jacksonville. He says celebrating the new year on January 1st has been a Jacksonville tradition for more than 3 decades. Residents and people from all over come together and celebrate at bars in Jacksonville. For the local bars, seeing this many people together is what celebrating is all about.
We serve the people that we love. We serve people in Jacksonville, people in the Springfield area. Everybody comes over to have a good time, and that's what it's all about.
As a nice gesture, the bars in Jacksonville provide free food for those who come out to celebrate. Illinois Governor Pat Quinn's administration now admits it missed its end-of-the-year target for deciding which businesses will get permits to begin the state's medical marijuana program. The lag will now force cultivation center owners to break ground for new construction during the coldest winter months. Patients will have to wait perhaps until summer before they can legally use the drug. Illinois Department of Public Health spokeswoman says an announcement will come following a review. Permits are expected to be awarded before Governor-elect Bruce Rauner's inauguration, which is set for January 12th. A new television channel designed just for men is now available in the Tri-States. The channel is called Grit, and here in the area you can find it on channel 7.3, a sub-channel of KHQA-7. There you can watch your favorites ranging from westerns to war movies, even action films. So you can go over and check out Grits at 7.3 again, of course after KHQA this morning. Even if you love winter sports and the holidays, the season can sometimes get you down. Later we'll look at ways to beat the winter blues.
Well, this might not help, though. We are tracking the first winter storm of the year heading towards the tri-state area. Details on when that's expected to hit and when those colder temperatures are expected to stick around. All those details are coming up next.